ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe.
Big time letdown Spider-Man. Hey, Shartimus, we better put that back. Much better. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Universe figure review on technically not a Marvel Universe figure, but the Marvel Infinite Series 3¾ inch big time Spider-Man figure. If you're trying to get your Marvel Infinite Series figures, you can get them at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I'm very excited for this figure. I was let down by the 6-inch version of the big time Spider-Man, so this 3¾ version should be much better. Already looking pretty cool with that bright green. Anyway, on the back over here, you can see there's a read-up. It says, Big time Spider-Man. Spider-Man's new suit uses omni-harmonic mesh, bending light to make him invisible. We get a brand new Beast from this wave, along with a reused Hawkeye and a reused Daredevil. Anyway, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the big time Spider-Man figure out of the packaging, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm very disappointed. I would actually say this is a letdown of sorts, possibly a big time letdown, just due to the articulation on its own. I don't know where this body mold came from. It looks like it came from like the web cannon Spider-Man figure or something like that. Something terrible, because this is actually quite worse than the basic Marvel Universe body mold. You know, this guy right over here, I've seen this body mold reused tons of times for Marvel Universe, and this one actually has less articulation. As far as the paint apps go, they're not too shabby though. I will say the paintwork on the figure is pretty clean. So here's a closer look at the head sculpt, and I am very disappointed in this. I mean, the eye sockets aren't even sculpted on there. They're just painted on, man. I have 6 other 3¾ inch Spider-Man figures over here on this review station, and all of them have sculpted eyepieces. This one does not. One of the things I can say though is I do like the color of the green paint, and it does look good over the black, so at least that part of it is pretty solid. But even the head sculpt, even aside from those unsculpted eyepieces, it's not really that great of a head sculpt over here. And I'm also not a fan of the sculpting of the musculature on the torso of this body. These chest muscles right over here, they droop down. Same thing with the abs. I don't know, the muscles over here look droopy, like he lost 270 pounds and he's got that excess skin or something, you know? I just don't really like it. Again though, I will say the paint did come out pretty clean though, so what the 6-inch version lacks, this one actually has. And then I guess the arms look pretty good over here, you know, not a whole lot to say about that. He does have a decent sized hand over here. I guess the paint is pretty clean. And then here's looking at the legs of the figure, you know, not looking too bad. He does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. They did keep the numbering right there at the bottom of the foot too. Spider butt, spider calves, spider back. Looking alright. Probably one of the most disappointing aspects of this figure is the articulation. You can rotate his head side to side, but it turns at an angle, so you can't just tilt his head, and his head does not move back at all. You can't move that head back. So whenever you tilt the head, it's got that weird angle to it. It can't even move down at all, so it's just stationary. You only get left and right movement. Shoulders move outward, they move forward. He bends at the elbow about 90 degrees, rotates at the elbow. No wrist articulation, no torso articulation at all, man. Would have been so hard to just cut right there at the waist so you could at least have a waist swivel. Anyway, hip joints move out that much. He can kick forward but at a weird angle and doesn't really move back too much. No upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees over here. Ankles move down and up, and he does have ankle pivot. So little big time letdown stands a little over 4 inches tall. And here's a little big time letdown Spider-Man compared to my 6 other comic version Spider-Man figures. And I'm surprised that they didn't use this mold right over here, which is the most commonly used 3¾ inch mold I've seen, especially in the Marvel Universe line. This mold right here would have been better than the mold that they gave it. This one would have been even best though. I wish they had gone with this one right there. And I don't know why, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. These are all Hasbro figures. They should have the tooling for them. I don't know why they would go backwards with this thing. So here's the big time letdown Spider-Man figures side by side. This one being a letdown because of the poor paint job, and then this one being a letdown because of the poor sculpt and articulation. Let me know in the comments below, which one do you think is the bigger letdown? So aside from a lunge whipping kind of pose like this, I can't really get this figure into any other poses that I like, and I don't even really like this pose that much either. So I don't know, I have a feeling, and I could be wrong about this, I'm just guessing, that I feel like Hasbro's trying to run the 3¾ inch Marvel line into the ground. I don't see how it could succeed if they're going to keep producing figures like this. Anyway, I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right over there, check out my last 2 reviews right over here, and don't forget to go to marvelousnews.com for the latest in Marvel related news and a photo gallery of images from this review. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
So I don't know what else. So aside from a pose, Aside from a